I'm Courtney B. Orlin. I'm one of the editors on asugnews.com. The team and I are in Anaheim, California, covering the ASUG SAP Business Objects User Conference. We've had a lot of great customers and presentations and partners and SAP executives in the studio this week, and we're starting to round out our afternoon today. I'm very excited to be joined in the studio today by a BI4 customer and a HANA customer. The big push last year at the conference was to get sessions on BI4 upgrades, and this year, of course, we have a handful of presentations on HANA, and we really have got both of best worlds with this particular segment. So Rajesh, thank you for joining me. Rajesh Ponnurangam is from Maidenform.
Hi there.
And can you tell us a little bit about what you do at Maidenform?
I work as an SAP BI HANA lead developer with Maidenform brands, and I primarily work with HANA data modeling and business objects reporting, dashboards, and in terms of the SAP BW development too. And we are also migrating our users from the old reporting solution to the new BI Photo 2 reporting solution.
So you have a very vast business objects environment there. Give me a sense of the landscape again.
Sure. Maidenform as a company was entirely new to BI. We have been an Oracle customer, and we did have an Oracle data warehouse, which we implemented 7 years ago. But currently, our management has decided BI Photo 2 with HANA would be our push for the next reporting solution. And we are moving our reporting users from the Oracle backend and to the HANA database, and then BI Photo 2 sits on top of HANA. At times, we do connect the BI Photo 2 back to our traditional Oracle database too, but primarily, we need to move our entire data warehouse solution to a HANA data warehouse, and then we would use business objects.
That is really interesting. So talk to me a little bit about how the migration has been just from the from the Oracle database to the HANA database.
In terms of migration, we use SLT, and SLT is one of the ideal solution for bringing in real-time data, either if you have an SAP ERP or a non-SAP ERP. Even though we are not an SAP ERP customer yet, our management has decided we'll be moving to an SAP ERP solution pretty soon.
Okay.
So SAP HANA makes more sense because we want to have an integrated solution entirely with SAP. So that's the reason we use SLT to bring in data from our Oracle to SAP HANA, and then we have BI Photo 2 on top of HANA. And we are one of the customers, one of the early adopters of HANA without a non-SAP backend data source.
Yes, definitely. And it's especially interesting for customers at this conference to hear, because a lot of them are like you. They don't have a lot of SAP data sources. Right. Sure. And even SAP ones are using Oracle databases, you know.
Right.
So.
Makes sense.
But let's jump to the project itself. Where did you start with HANA?
That's a good question. A lot of people that I meet over here, even the other customers, asking, how do you really start with the BI Photo 2? Which tool do you use? I mean, we all know BI Photo 2 has this tool-rich, vast number of tools. We have from dashboards to Explorer, Lumira, Predictive, and so many other tools. The first tool that we decided was on Explorer on HANA. And our business realized tremendous value by using Explorer on HANA, because we want to see what our customers are doing and what our consumers are really doing. We want to know where she's buying. A girl in New York, in Times Square, has several sources to buy the Maidenform bras. You can go to an online store, you can go to a Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Walmart. If we know where she's buying and what she's buying, and if we know that quickly, we could replenish quickly. And it ties to a supply chain where we could stock more quickly and we could source more quickly, and then it makes us compare our customers, not only at a year-over-year level, month-over-month level. We compare data at the SKU level. And the number of records we analyze is more than 2 billion, and within a minute, that's a huge difference to our business.
What was the reaction of the users?
In terms of reaction, like we see other customers, we say that like using HANA, it makes our reports run 2,000 times faster, 3,000 times faster. In our case, it was a bit different. We couldn't get to a certain level of data before using with Oracle Data Warehouse, and now we could see our data. We could have our sales teams and marketing teams touch the data and then feel that how we could use this as a supply chain. We tie this back to our POS data and the supply chain with our FI. So the reaction and the amount of support we get from business is tremendous once we started using SAP HANA on top of BI. So
that's super interesting. So you mentioned in your session, and you just talked about it a little bit there, that what do I use for what, the suite is so vast. What do I use for what thing, you know? So you're using, who primarily is using Explorer within Maidenform?
When we started, even though we went with Explorer, our C-level executives, our CEOs and everything, they weren't the right people to use Explorer. So how we started was we gave the data scientists, the data analysts, like supply chain directors and everything, we gave them Explorer. That was our first push. And then we came up with a dashboard. So everyone would like a dashboard because dashboards are completely different and it's not the same as the other tool because we design the application the way the user wants. Versus other tools, you go by the tool's design. But dashboards is something that we customize it. So we have a dashboard, an executive dashboard, which our CEO uses every single day. Earlier, he had like 30 sheets of paper printed, and he has to go through the small fonts. And now he's like so happy to have in his mini iPad, and he navigates through it, and he gets it right then and there.
And this is Dashplorer? Is this what you're talking about here?
Oh, that's another thing we came up with this. Our CIO came up with this name called this Dashplorer. So what a Dashplorer is, I had this in my presentation too. It's a combination of a dashboard and an explorer. So how we started is we created this dashboard and we delivered it to our CEOs and the other C-level executives. So now they find that, okay, we do have some problems, we do have some issues. And then they go to the people who report to them. Okay, what's really going on with this customer? What's really going on with product type? And then the next set of users come back to us and say that, okay, I need more information now. I can't trust the source for these dashboards and everything. So in terms of an IT perspective, we have a very small team. So what we decided is, should we really go for a dashboard phase 2 and extend the amount of data on the dashboard and overload this? We don't want to do that. So we connected the dashboard to the Explorer. So what happened was the next level of users could click from the dashboard, push all your master data selections to the Explorer, and now it looks like one single application as a Dashplorer instead of going to two separate different set of reports.
That is really interesting. Was that something that impressed the audience of your session as well?
Yes, definitely. And a lot of customers ask me, like, how did you really do it? I mean, in terms of technology, we use the OpenDoc, which was always there. But OpenDoc really helps in bringing Excel sheets to the Dashplorer, the Explorer link. But what we really expect from SAP, and I use the ideas.sap.com where I share my ideas with SAP too. So SAP should come up with like an SDK where you could connect different tool sets so that the users wouldn't know the difference between the tools. And you don't need to go to 10 different type of tools. Tomorrow we have a new name and a new tool name. The users couldn't catch up with the tool name. So we try to bring in, like according to our users, we have only two things, either reports or dashboards.
Okay.
They don't know exactly the names of Lumira, OLAP analysis, or everything. So we try to combine the tool sets so that they go to one place, first level of data, they could drill down, go to the second tool, third level of tool from there. So we make users to drill down in terms of tool sets, not only in terms of data.
It's a really unique and interesting approach, and it sounds like it would work for many customers who have this challenge of rationalizing these tools and figuring out what tool to use for what particular problem.
Sure.
What has been the biggest challenge that you've faced so far, do you think?
The biggest challenge which we faced was user adoption.
Okay.
So how our users, bringing our users into a new reporting platform. Because the problem was we had two reporting platforms, one with the Oracle data warehouse and the other one with the business object solution. So the first thing we thought was to bring in the cool stuff. Okay, let's bring in Explorer dashboards. We brought it in, we had some users, but still to bring in the core level of users, the sales teams, the people who really meet our customers in Macy's, Walmart to check our styles. So then we decided to go with the mobile version. So mobile is what really attracted our users, and that brought in a lot of users, and we started tracking our usage too, and Business Objects has the solution for tracking our usage too.
So you're using something within Business Objects or something to do that particular functionality of tracking?
And in terms of tracking, we use Business Objects too, and we have a universe which tracks our BI usage count, how many users log in, how many users use our reports. So this is instant, and again, this is on HANA, so every now and then our CIO logs in and checks in, okay, how many users are really using it? Because a lot of time what happens is we put in so much effort, and we put in so many reports and everything, but not many reports are getting used.
Yeah.
So we want to see, like our big brother, okay, who's really using the reports? How many of them are using? What is the usage for this particular application? So that we could track and we could spend the right amount of time in creating the correct reports.
You need business intelligence on how the business intelligence is being used.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. So to close out here, great, interesting conversation. What would be your pieces of advice for other customers embarking on a project like this?
The first and foremost is project sponsorship. We've been lucky enough, our management really wanted to take a giant leap in terms of business direction. So we have reached a critical point where every business had to check for like massive amounts of data, overwhelming the data centers, how to handle this. So HANA is definitely a solution which is yet to stay. I mean, it has to stay. And with BI 4.0, the optimization with HANA and business objects work really well. And in terms of selecting the tools, that's really, really important. Even though we have like n number of tools within business objects, go with the key tools. The first one which would attract the user, like something like an Explorer dashboard, because when you have your higher level executives looking at these tools, the people at the lower level automatically start using the next set of tools, then bring in the other set of tools. The first point is we shouldn't confuse our users bringing in too many tools into it. So start with something fancy, dashboards, Explorer, that'll be our main advice.
Fantastic advice, and I hope the project continues to go well for you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right. Thank you, Courtney. Nice meeting you.
Thanks for watching, and continue to tune in to us. We've got a couple more shows coming up this afternoon.